Hey friends, good morning, welcome to another super awesome WLOG. So excited to have you all here. So we are getting started on a job today. First thing, I'm up early heading to men's group at church to do some learning with some other great guys. So that is a very important aspect of what I do, so I'm heading to do that. And then we are working with Frank today, so I'm really excited for it. Like I said last time, I wanted to say thank you to you guys. Namely, thank you for all of the comments that you guys gave me on the last two videos. I learned a lot the last two videos, specifically about kind of what kind of videos you guys like. I really appreciate that input. So we're going to continue the new style WLOG this morning with a voiceover WLOG. So I would, like always, appreciate your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of today's video. It's going to be a great one, so I'm super excited for it. So let's get to it. Hey guys, I wanted to chime in here. I know that this COVID-19 thing is pretty serious. I know that a lot of people are in a lot of different places right now, but if you need anything at all, whether it is help with your handyman business or just someone to talk to during this trying time, I would love to chat with you. Send me an email at handymanjourney@gmail.com. Would absolutely love to chat with you. I hope everyone's doing well. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families right now, and just be safe, guys. Anyways, let's get back to today's video. All right, here's our job for today. There's a double gate that goes right here, and then a single gate that goes right where Frank is. There's Frank, by the way. And we put a, wow, that's quite the hole. We put a 4x4 post here, that post right there, like a month ago?
Yeah, replace the existing.
To replace the existing 4x4 post that was just all shot. But at the end of the day, like when you open this gate, that gate sagged too much.
No, open that gate.
When you open that gate, it would change that. So yeah, so what we decided to do was just to rip out our 4x4 and put in a 4x6 this way, so it'll give it more structural integrity and hopefully allow them not to sag. So I think that's going to be a good fix. All right, so this job here is kind of an interesting job because it's not necessarily our fault, but we are the ones that put it in because there was a 4x4 post holding up that double gate originally, and so we went ahead and just put in a 4x4, but we quickly learned that the 4x4 really wasn't strong enough. So I don't even know how it held up the original double gate, but either way, we told her that we'd pull it out for her, put a new one in free of charge. This is a super great client. We've done a lot of work at this house, really done a lot of improvements here, so that has been good. So we just thought it would be great to put in a 4x6 post. So we took some measurements so that we could get it the correct distance because we thought it would be easier to shave off the small gate rather than the big double gate. So I'm going ahead to dig underneath the concrete here, underneath the driveway, just so we get concrete all the way around this post, just because I didn't want there to only be concrete on basically two sides of the post. So this will allow us to get a good ball of concrete everywhere. Check out this hole, trying to go to China. So I caved it in a little bit on the sides to try and get some more concrete in there because we're right in this corner. So it can kind of be all the way around the post. Yeah. Don't go too far, you're gonna get coronavirus. Too soon. So as you can see, we got our 4x6 post in there, but we only had two bags of concrete. And as you could see by that big old giant hole, that definitely was not enough concrete. So I left to go to Home Depot to get some more bags of concrete, and Frank is here installing a cat door. It's just kind of a somewhat small cat door, fairly simple, basically one that the client picked out and said, hey, can you install this for me? And we said, yeah, sure, no problem. I think all this was on part of an estimate that we did prior, and she's already paid us for all this work. So basically drilling the 4 holes on the outside corners of the cat door, just to kind of mark and give ourselves basically a template on where to cut, and then go ahead and trace that out, and then we're going to be cutting that out here shortly. The nice thing about these cat doors and dog doors, they all come with instructions. So if you're concerned that you aren't doing it correctly, or you're not sure about the exact steps, you can go ahead and read that. So this is a fiberglass door. so nothing super serious as far as cutting through that. So going ahead to use a jigsaw, and basically it's at this point connecting the dots. So the four drill holes that we did on the four corners using the template, basically just trace vertical and horizontally to each one of them until you got a nice hole cut out. So we went ahead and, if you can see our post over there on the left, we went ahead and we put a piece of 2x4 just running horizontally to the house, just to kind of hold that post up to the correct, to make it plumb basically on either side. And then we put another 2x4 running diagonally on the front end of it, just to hold it plumb going this way. And those will just hold it till the concrete dries because it's a big post. But normally with Quikrete concrete, it's not really needed to support posts. But in this case, since we had such a big hole and such a big post, we decided to go ahead and brace that up. It's never a bad idea to do that. So if you're ever kind of going back and forth about should I brace it up or not, you might as well. Works great. So now we got that hole cut in the fiberglass door. So Frank's going ahead to put that in. It's got 4 screws, one on each corner, coming from the inside. And then this little cat door, it's got 2 flaps, so it's kind of special. I don't know if you want to call it weatherproof. It's not really weatherproof, but it's got a flap on the outside and a flap on the inside, and then it also has a lock on the inside, so you can make it where things cannot come in or out if you ever wanted that to. So that's kind of a nice little feature of it. But at the end of the day, these cat doors and dog doors really aren't that hard to install. You definitely want to think about security whenever you are installing it. I mean, with this, you are cutting a hole in the door, but at the customer's discretion, that's definitely what you do. All right, I had to pick up some more concrete, some quick set concrete, because we only had 2 bags, but obviously that hole was huge. I bought 5 more bags. I think we're probably only going to use 3 or 4, but never hurts to have more. So we are heading back. I'm going to throw that concrete in. Frank is still over there. As you guys have been seeing, he is installing the cat door. I am almost back to the house, so we're going to get to it. Oh, and also I wanted to highlight, if you guys are wondering what this cord is right here, I recently got a Bluetooth speaker that's actually been working really well. I like it a lot. I wish it was a little bit louder, but it's actually really cool. I mean, you could easily snap it off and then kind of hold it next to your ear if you need it. I can hear really well through it, just when I'm on the freeway and there's a lot of road noise, I can't really hear from it. Or it's kind of quiet, you know what I mean? But anyways, that's a side note. Let's get back to it. All right. More concrete. That's the name of the game here. Went and got quite a few more bags. So typically, I mean, there's 2 different ways to lay this concrete, and we've kind of talked about the pros and cons of both on this channel before in many videos. I particularly like to mix all my concrete, even though this stuff you can put it in the ground dry and then just add water. A lot of times, you add like a third of it or a quarter of a bag, then some water, then a quarter of a bag, then some water, and keep layering it while you're tamping it. That works out well. But for this instance, since we got so many bags, I just decided to mix it just so we know we're getting some good concrete and some good concrete consistency, just because that hole is so huge and it's going to be really holding a lot of weight. So I think at the end of the day, we use, 2 plus, I think we used 5 or 6 bags. I'm not sure. I might say it a little later in this video, but quite a bit of concrete in this major hole. So it had 2 bags of concrete already in it. Those were already cured up, when I went to Home Depot. So we're just putting in some extra ones to kind of finish it off on the top here. But that should definitely do it pretty good with all this concrete. It's going to be the strongest post this side of the Mississippi. So pretty awesome. Frank tamping it down with just an extra 2x4 that we got. And you can see there on the right, there is the smaller gate. And we're actually going to have to trim that because that's actually too wide for our opening. So we're going to trim that down here shortly. And then our double gate should fit perfectly due to our measurements. So that is a plus throughout all of this. So once you're done mixing all this concrete, the next step is to obviously clean up a big mess. And I'm making it super muddy where we're going to be standing. So that's that's fun. Wasn't really thinking ahead there. So But, you know, that's the name of the game. So this job's going good so far. So let's keep on keeping on here. All right, here we go. There is 6 bags of concrete. All right, now we have the fun of getting rid of all of our dirt that we used to, that we dug that big old hole out of. So that's fun. And since none of us brought a wheelbarrow to this job, we are improvising with a 5-gallon bucket and a dolly. So getting rid of it. So she has a low spot in the backyard that she said we could put all this dirt. So no big deal, but at the end of the day, we do need to get that out of there just so it's not leaving a big old mound where the gate's gonna leave. She actually has like quite a few not goats, ducks and different animals in the backyard. So she's had us build quite a few things, you know, including like a duck ramp and all stuff like that. So this has been a great client that we've done quite a bit of work to. There's quite a bit of work that needs to be done at this house, but we have done quite a bit in the past. So here is our smaller gate, and we are just measuring that and figuring out how we want to trim that down. And we're kind of talking about different ideas of how we could do it. We could just run it straight down, but we need to actually, I think if I remember right, we need to take a couple inches off. So we decided to take off that vertical running 2x4 on the edge, and then trimming the horizontal ones off. The pickets were actually put on this little gate with a nail gun, so we have to basically take those nails out, but everything else is screwed together the typical way that we build a gate. If you guys are interested in how we build gates and why we build them this way, I'll put a video up in the right-hand corner of this video that you guys could check out of how we build these gates and why we build them the way that we do. They're basically a no-sag gate so that they'll never sag. Really, really great gate design. You see that we did the same gate design for our double gates, or you will see that here soon. And we've never had an issue with them. Never had them sag, never had them, warp or anything like that. So great way to build gates as far as I'm concerned with that. So that has been an excellent thing there. So as far as materials, whenever I buy materials, I talked earlier that I purchased, I thought we were only going to use like 3 or 4 bags of concrete, but I went ahead and bought 5 or 6. I'm always under the impression, like, if you need 1 of something, buy 2 of it. If you need 2 of it, buy 3 or 4 of it, because you never know if that one that you buy is going to be defective, or you might just need another one. Like, maybe you just didn't fully calculate what you needed. So there's nothing wrong with buying more, because you can always go back to the store and return. Home Depot has a great return policy. We buy everything with our Home Depot Pro Rewards account on credit card, and so it's really easy to return stuff there, because we basically say, I got the credit card I bought it with, and if you don't have the credit card with you, then you just tell them your Pro Rewards number, and they look it up that way, and they go ahead and return it. And then with a credit card, it goes right back onto your credit card, which is nice. Credit card's the only thing that we only use a credit card for buying materials, because basically that's paid for by the clients. So the clients pay for all their materials, so that just goes right to pay off the credit card. I don't use a credit card for anything else, because me and credit cards don't really get along. So I find it best to only use it for buying materials, because if the clients are paying for the materials, why not use the credit card to get airline miles or cash back or whatever. And over the years, I've made a lot of money on credit card miles, points, and things like that, which is pretty awesome. Like, you can't argue against that. So now we are just trimming down that last 6-inch picket that will go on the edge of the smaller gate, now that we got it down to the correct size. All right, once we got that picket to the right size, we can go ahead and hang our gate. And we need to, at this point, get those fence pickets at the correct height, in regards to our other double double gate. So we are going ahead and run a string line and put a string level on that so that we can get it at the right height. So we got our string line up there. We actually made a mark on our 4x6 post, and then I'll just lift it up and get it in the right height and make sure that that post doesn't move, which is beautiful that the post does not move now with the gate on it. That 4x4 post, just like we said, was not strong enough by any means. This is what it definitely needed for the 4x6. Not so much for the small gate, because the small gate, you don't really need anything to hold that up, but the big gate is what we needed it for. The problem was before, when that big gate was closed, it made everything sag. Like if you're looking at it from the back, sag to the left. And then when you open up the big gate, it basically sits back vertical, and that puts the small gate at a different position than it was with the large gate open. So this is just by far a good way to fix it. At the end of the day, we didn't necessarily get paid to put in this 4x6 post, but it was what needed to be done, and basically to warranty a job that we had done prior. So very important to stand behind your work. It really shows your clients that you have a lot of integrity in your work and that you believe in the work that you do. So very important to do that. Don't be afraid to, lose a little money if you have to make the customer happy, because at the end of the day, making the customer happy is really what it is all about. So I would love to hear some comments in the comment section below of maybe jobs that you guys have had to go back and warranty, do for free because maybe, something messed up on it, or maybe you did it wrong. I mean, there's going to be no judgment here, so be real. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. I'm showing you guys our mistakes, so show me yours. I'd love to see them. All right, here's our almost final deal. We have 2 more pickets to put there, and then this picket here needs to be replaced with a little bit wider one, but that'll have to happen on another day. So we got this, and then we got this one here next to the house. So before, when you would open up this big one, oh, that kind of hits right there. When you would open up this big one, this one would sag and hit the yeah, because there wasn't the weight holding it. No, not this one. I think this one would sag when you open. I don't know. Either way, one way or another, one of them would sag because that 4x4 was not big enough. But now that 4x6 is plenty big. Okay, here's our final for the day. Gonna have to come back and just replace this picket with one a little bit wider. And that was basically because it was the same side. We actually had to shave it because the old 4x4 was leaning and all that, but here's the new gate, so turned out pretty awesome. All right, that's a wrap for that job. Those gates turned out great. We're gonna have to come back and just put that one picket. Wish we had another picket with us today, but we don't. It is about 1 o'clock right now, so we are heading over to Roseville to do another job. But this is gonna be the end of this vlog. So leave me a comment in the comment section below with what your guys' thoughts are. We got a lot of things going on lately. Man, I've been super swamped lately, mainly because we are closing on a rental property here very shortly. By the time this video comes out, we'll already be closed. So that is an exciting thing that we are doing, but also pretty stressful. Got a few other things going on. Gonna start making videos for another company, a home warranty company, so that's pretty nice. So got a lot of things going on, so been busy but been blessed, man. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. We'll catch you on the next one.